All right. Did everybody get the Google the
It's not a bad. Don't put it in.
the Google slides?
I did.
Okay. Mo, did you get it?
In my email now, I just see Zoom links. You sent it in the email for Gardner Webb, right?
I'll send it in the email. I sent it to your actual. It would have gone to your Google, but it's okay. I can do it. Let me change the links real quick, and I'll send it right now through. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm sending it again. All right, so you should be able to just click on that and to edit.
Okay, got it. I got something. I have something that was, I do have what was sent Wednesday. I'm sorry, I have it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I did a quick little case study one, and then on the first one in the notes section, I put the question just kind of so that we would be able to go back to the question when we were talking. But my thoughts on the first one was just to talk about, I guess we need to do a brief overview of what happened. What do y'all think?
I agree.
Okay. So here's my question. Do we need, like, I'm more of a bullet person. I don't want to type out everything. I feel like the conversation that we have would be better. Do y'all agree?
I agree.
I agree. And I think because everybody in the class has read the case study, I think if we just do quick bullets, it'll be good because everybody knows it.
Okay.
Everybody's going to be presenting on case one.
Okay. So who wants to do the overview?
I can. I'll do that.
Okay. So what do we want to type on the slide number 2 for the overview? Do you want slide number 2 to be the overview, or do we want?
I think it should, because I like slide number 1. I think it's good, the case study. And slide number 2 right now says justice, fairness.
I put that in there when I started. You can move that and go down at the end.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go. I moved them. Because what slide are you doing?
I'm doing the ethics part.
Okay.
Oh gosh, I just did something I probably shouldn't have done.
What? Are you tight? Who's tight?
That will be me.
All right. You're good.
Okay.
So I'm 2, and then.
Or just put the title of the case study right. Put like whatever. What is it called? What's the
OMA case study number 1? Is that what you're talking about?
It's just called Bobby, right?
Is it called Bobby?
That's what it looked like it was called, y'all. For some reason, as I'm trying
Will cheating strike out Bobby?
Yeah, put that right there. You want me to type more?
Yeah, because something's going on with my stuff. I'm doing some crazy stuff to the slideshow.
Hold on, let me type it.
Okay.
The cheating.
Yes.
What else?
Will cheating strike out Bobby?
Oh. Oh.
All right, I see everybody. Yeah, I was someplace else. Cool.
All right. So what we want to put right here?
Well, I think it's valid to put down that I think you have to put down all the things that happened. Like, he cheated. I mean, he admitted to cheating, but before that happened, he was an athlete that, according to him, had a game, and the game prevented him from doing his work. That's what he says in the case study. And then he admitted to cheating. We can put that down. And the teacher said she was going to, we can quote what she said, how she said she was going to pretty much use standard procedures and give him a failing grade, but that was going to cause him to fail for the semester, or fail the end of the year project, which means he would have to go to Sunday school.
So
Not Sunday school, Lord Jesus, summer school.
so the big did she ask the name what the big assignment was?
Yeah, he had to, let me see if I can find the exact name of it. I know he had to interview some people in the community about the project, and it sounded very familiar, and it was his brother's paper from 2 years ago. But I can look up the exact name of
so like the reason I put things to ponder. Why did Bobby cheat? And we can change that. We can put because I don't want to go into typing the case study. Like, I want to more give you talking points, because when you present, you can talk about all that. So I don't think we need to put a lot on the slide. So like, what are some things you know you're gonna say? Like,
instead of questions, I think I would just say bulleted points. Like, he used his brother's assignment from 2 years ago. But I mean, just say his brother's assignment, and I'll know to say he used his brother's assignment from 2 years previously, because that's what he submitted. I mean, what are y'all thinking? I mean, he was supposed to, and I can go into the details about how he was supposed to interview somebody in the community, chose not to do it, chose to turn in his brother's assignment because he had a game, got caught, admitted to it, and the teacher basically said he was going to get a failing grade.
Yeah, I think like just a quick, he cheated, how he cheated, he used his brother's paper. And then, but I do like I kind of liked the things to ponder, like those.
Yeah, okay.
I like the way it was worded, things to ponder, but you can do the bullets under there, like what you were saying, Mo. But I like what you were saying. Does that make sense?
So things to ponder. Why did Bobby cheat? Because I think we need to go into saying that, because that's important to bring out. Why do students cheat? And most of the time it's things like that, big assignments. They have other stuff they don't know how to balance. Why did Bobby cheat? But we need to, I guess, what can we say before? I
mean, like, maybe could you just say Bobby cheats, or?
Well, I can just start it out by saying, why did he cheat? I can just go straight into, he was trying to find balance between school and work, and he used his brother's paper.
All right, and then why he cheated, and then I think we need to make sure we say the wording, like that the teacher is going to give him a 0
because, like, quote it.
But I think we need to quote like the discipline action in the handbook or whatever.
Let me go out of this and go back to that page. I can go back to that page and pull up and pull it.
Assignment. So that means you're going to talk about the assignment. Why did Bobby cheat? How did the teacher respond? How did the principal? I like using them straight out.
Yeah, I like that too.
Okay, so this is what the handbook says. It says her decision to fail Bobby was consistent with the handbook. The handbook states, as part of the school's policy.
I'll go copy and paste it.
Okay. And then I think it's important to write down, to quote what the superintendent said, you know.
Yes.
Even though I don't agree with any of it, I understand what he said, but I just don't agree with it. I get it. I get the bigger picture. You know what I thought about, y'all? I thought about, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I thought about 2 things that probably need to be addressed the next year. One is sports and extended time. Like, do athletes have extended time to get assignments completed for things like game nights? Because we do that at my school. You know, if an athlete has something to do, we don't necessarily say that they can't turn in an assignment late. And then the other thing was, what type of an assignment is half of a student's final grade? Like, I didn't think one assignment should fail a student for the year. I think that's a tad bit much.
Did it say it was half of
Half of the final grade, which is why he had to go to summer school. And so, I mean, I don't think those are things that can be changed right now in the midst of what's going on. But I think it's something that the administration should think about for the next school year as it relates to how we're going to do business so that it is in the best interest of the student. Are we going to make sure our athletes have extended time to complete assignments? And should we really be looking at the syllabus to make sure that teachers don't have assignments that would make it so that if you make a 0 on one thing, you fail?
Parents coming in saying, well, my daughter does competition cheer, my daughter does stuff that's not related to the school. So, I mean, I think that'll bring on a whole...
That's true.
Yeah, because, I mean, this travel ball in my life, holy cow.
I can't even imagine. But that is something that we do at school, though. Like, when we have student athletes, you know, we don't necessarily hold them to the bar. If an assignment is due and they had a game the night before, I mean, it's nothing that is publicized, but we do make accommodations.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't copy and paste, so I'm gonna snip it.
Okay.
All right. So you said student athlete. What was the word? I'm just putting, like, at the very end, thoughts for next year, and then we can tie that back to wherever.
Like, should student athletes be privileged to extended time for assignments, even if it's just within 24 hours after the game? You know, if the assignment is due on a Monday and you got a big game on Monday, you can have 24 hours, you know, after the assignment is due to turn yours in. And when we have, you know, state basketball champions, and, you know, our kids, they do well. Even though, and when I talk about after school activities, I even mean things like academic challenge, because every after school activity is not necessarily a sport.
Right. All right. So should athletes, thoughts for next year, should athletes or student athletes be privileged to extended time? Is that what and then yes. What was the other thing you said for next year?
Well, when it comes to her syllabus, like, I'm trying to find on the assignment where she said that giving him a failing grade would mean that it was going to be half of his grade. Like, I don't understand how one assignment in the midst of your syllabus can have a student fail the class to the point where they have to go to summer school. And I say that because I teach a course that is an EOC course. And I know of students that have failed the EOC, but they passed the class and they still get credit. So I don't understand how 1-0 can just make it so that you have to go to summer school. But I don't know if those are things that we want to bring up, but I thought it was interesting as I thought about. Say that, Sneetra?
I think we should, but I was going to tell you, I can't snip this the correct way because there's more words in it. So tell me do you still want me to type it, or do you want to have it in front of you?
I can have it in front of me. I can do that.
I would say we can even type it on that during the speaker notes if you want. Oh, well, that's going to cause us to type it. Never mind. Don't mind me.
I can just type it out and have it in front of me.
Okay.
Things to ponder: the big assignment. Why did Bobby cheat? How did the teacher respond? How did the administrator respond? And then that's when we'll go into our presentation.
Do we want to talk about the superintendent or no?
Oh yeah, what did the superintendent say?
Watch your back. He didn't say watch your back, but he said be very careful is what he said in some words. But did the administrator really respond though? Because I know
he went and talked to the teacher.
Okay. Just to find out what happened? He didn't say anything. I guess that's our assignment to figure out what he should say.
Okay, so we can maybe even take that off and talk about I'm going to go back and reread it one more time, because I'm going to be honest, I haven't read it again since I read it the last time. So that might be something.
You're right.
The only thing he really did was he kept pushing his coffee to the side. Like he really didn't say anything that I remember.
Okay, so just take that off and we'll talk about the.
Yes, it did. It says,
What did he say?
so what's the problem, Tim?
Oh yeah, he did say hold him to it. He did say that. He said if he cheated, he broke the rule, he should fail. He did say that.
Did it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. We'll go back and fix.
Yeah, I'll reread it tonight.
He did say that.
Okay, so that's your piece, correct?
Yes. And I'll
Alright.
be prepared for that.
And then my piece is to answer the what should the principal's course of action be? Be sure to address the issues of due process. So I was going to talk, and it says because I can't talk. Never mind. I can't even say the word tonight.
But substantial. I'm not even looking.
It's not substantial.
Yes.
I'm not looking at it, so I don't even.
I forgot the exact verbiage, but it's not substantial.
Well, but look here. Apparently, I can't even read it. Substantive.
Substantive? Wait a minute.
Substantive. Is it substantive? I don't know what that is.
I'll Google it and have it say it for me. But I don't really think I need to put the definition. I think because the definition is due process requires the rules or policies to be fair. So I can talk about in this point, where he needs to question whether she's been fair, what she did in the other cases. What do you think?
Wait a minute. Due process is to make sure you have the students have a fair trial, right?
Right. And part of due process is this fancy word that means requires that due process requires that the rules or policies be fair in and of themselves. So that's when I can talk about for her to be whatever that fancy word is. She needs to. The principal should ask her, how did she treat this in instances before this instance, and then has she given every person that's cheated in the past a 0?
Exactly.
Y'all, is that the only thing due process means?
No,
well, it means a whole lot, but it means fairness.
Right.
It means a whole lot, but yeah, it means fairness.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to talk over you. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, it doesn't necessarily have to end in a trial, but it just means that you're being fair.
And if you're not treated fair, then it can go to trial.
Right.
Exactly. And then in the trial, you better have been fair. Yeah, you better be able to.
You might want to talk about both sides. You might want to talk about so basically you're making sure that Bobby was treated fairly.
Right.
By talking about the teacher, but then Bobby was treated fairly because of the handbook, even though it has that word "may." Yeah. So it's two.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Treated fairly from the point of this is what the rules. I think we should go with being treated fairly based on what the policy says, and then making sure that inside your classroom you do this all the time to every student.
Okay.
So that we address both parts, but I think we should address what the policy says first.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm putting that in the notes section just for me, really based on the policy, and then fairly based on what
teacher history.
Okay, and I'll fix my slide.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to put a bunch of
stuff on it.
Right. And then it says, and I'll talk through kind of those questions that we talked through the last time. And then it says, and standards of arbitrary and Copernicus. I didn't see that.
What does that mean?
Well, when I looked it up, it said that decisions are made without reasonable grounds or, wait a minute, or adequate consideration of the circumstances. So are the decisions made, are they reasonable and are they adequate? So, and I thought that they were reasonable and adequate. based on the policy and the teacher history. I think I agree with what the principal said, and it's unfortunate that his uncle is, that person. But the only person he should have a conversation with really about this child's situation is the child's parents. He shouldn't even be considering having a conversation with uncle or what the uncle would respond to, because the question is, if his uncle were not who he is, what would you do to this kid? Or what would the consequences be for the student?
Yeah, why? So basically, why is the uncle even being discussed? That's not.
I think it brings up an interesting real world, kind of piece detail, because you are gonna have those situations where stuff like that happens. I had the board chair, his daughter in my class. I didn't know who she was because I don't look at my students, and she refused to do an assignment, and so the parents wanted me to give her an alternative assignment, but I didn't have an alternative assignment. It was this or was a 0. So, but me being the teacher who is always want my kids to learn, because learning is what matters most, I told them that I would give her something, but it would not be anything immediate, because I had already had lesson plans for the week, and my week and a half was already, done.
So what is? I'm gonna have to. I don't even know what it requires that the policies. What you want to put right here, Lynn?
That the rules or policies be fair in and of themselves. So I don't know, like, do I need the definition, or do I just need to talk about?
I think it's fair to put that definition in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's not very wordy.
Okay. Requires the policies. I can finish this, not one word.
We have time, though.
This is really kind of creepy. I have y'all split screen, so as I'm typing, I can see Sinitra's shared screen, and it's a little off.
See, I don't even know how to split this. You're so savvy.
I saw that because when you were writing, you were typing before, and I was like, baseball?
I was like, oh, this is throwing me off. Okay, and then but the question is, what should the principal's course of action be? Be sure to address the issue. So we can talk about kind of the thought behind it, and then what are we saying? I was going to do like because aren't we supposed to do 2? Or I guess down here I can say, we feel like he should talk to his, well, I mean, we're kind of answering that, aren't we?
Yeah, I think we're saying, I think we're saying that what the principal said the first time is what he should say. He said, if the student cheated, there's no question he's cheated. He admitted to it. So what's the big idea? The only thing was, who was his uncle, which has nothing really to do with the case. It's just an extra detail.
Okay, so on this piece, I will explain that, and then I can talk about how the only part, we're just saying he needs to make sure when he's talking to the teacher, that she is being fair by, and that's those pieces that we said down here, fair based on the policy, but also on teacher history. So,
yes.
And supporting her in whatever decision she made. So, I mean, that's pretty much what we said, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then, I don't even think we even have to talk about the fact that she bought a union rep when she met with him, because, I mean, she did it just to cover herself. But
the principal didn't say nothing. I'm reading it. The principal didn't say, he didn't give her.
Go back. Okay, so then I'll just say that we feel like he needs to support her as long as she's being fair in that what she's done in the past is what she's doing now, no matter who the student is. I mean, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I'll make it a little funnier.
I'm sorry. Sinitra, scroll back down to that part right there on that page, the bottom of that page. You see right there where it says, right there. So what's the problem? Bobby cheated and he broke an important school rule. He should fail. I mean, that's what he said.
Rick interjected, Tim, who is Rick? Rick is
the guy that came and told him, sit down, we got a problem. He's the dean of students.
Bobby cheated and he broke an important school rule, he should fail. Hold it, Rick. Tim, you know. Yeah, he did. Okay.
Yeah, and so he was really in agreement with the teacher. He, which was holding up the policies and procedures. It's one of those things that just kind of happens when you got family that's involved.
Okay.
All right. So the next slide should be.
You.
Is this what is this right here? Oh, okay. So ethics, I just think we should talk about, like, pull out the pieces, because there's a lot of different bullets under. Let me go pull it up real quick so y'all can see what I'm talking about. So what we gonna leave Shaka to talk about?
She can discuss that last slide about things to ponder for next year, even though we uphold the decision, but maybe as a school we should talk about, well, maybe we should or shouldn't talk about student athletes and giving them extended time because of what you said.
I think we should bring that up, though. I think we should talk about that. I don't think nobody else would even think about things that we should think about as administrators. And I think we should also think about the wording in the handbook. It needs to be definite.
Yeah. No may. It should be will or will not. But I think that may is in there so that the principals and so that administration and the teachers will have leeway should they decide not to give a 0. I don't know why you wouldn't give a 0, but should you decide not to do it? I mean, there are times whenever, like I had a student in my class that got caught cheating, and what he told me was that I didn't say that they could not use a calculator on the test. He said when I gave the test out, I didn't say that you couldn't. And I was like, excuse me? And I mean, it was a big deal.
His resources.
I'm telling you, so going forward, every time I gave a test, I would say, we cannot use any type of advantage. You can't use a cell phone. You can't use a calculator. You can't use an iPad. You can't use, it was ridiculous, but I had to do that because I ended up having to not give that student got an opportunity to retake a different test because I did not say that you can't use a calculator. I was thinking, are you kidding me? But then his mom came to the meeting and said he had, special needs that were not identified, of course, by the school, but she was going to play that card. I hate to say it like that, but it would have been an issue. So he took a different test.
I can tell now, high school is definitely not for me.
It is a different beast because parents are all about that GPA and that class ranking. But anyway, I don't want to get off topic about what are we looking up now?
I can't even, how do I make my screen big again? Everybody looks so small.
Did you go up to the options at the top? View options? Do you have that?
No, it's just like a little black box. And when I take my mouse off of it, I just see the ID number and stop share. Then it comes down. Like I see a little box, right? I think I've minimized it some kind of way, but I don't know how to.
It's not at the bottom of your screen in the start?
Your screen sharing is more options. Oh, no, that wasn't it.
You know what you could do, Sinitra? Go up to the top right-hand corner of your screen. You see that green C and those 3 dots. Click on those 3 dots beside that green C on the top right-hand side.
I see chat, invite, record.
No. The top right-hand part of your screen. The top right-hand part of your screen where it says where the X is, like the very top of your screen.
And we only have 10 minutes left.
Okay, you see that green C? Go down to the green C. Now go to the left, go to the right. You see those 3 dots? No, the right, the other side. Yeah, click on those dots. And okay, when I click on those dots on my left click or right click, it gives me the option to make my screen bigger.
I don't know what I've done, but let me. Hold on. What I was gonna say, when you look up, I can't get my thing back right. So what do y'all see on your screen that I'm sharing?
The role.
I see the role of principal, but I don't see the document.
Okay. See right here, and I'll go back in and type. You see how all these different ones. I think I'm just gonna do justice, fairness, like pick some out of here.
Yeah, I
So
think
like,
that's a good idea.
I mean, because we're talking about the administrator being using ethical practices. Well, I think he was fair. I mean, he should get punished. So I think, and I don't think none of that other stuff go. Like, do y'all think any of this other stuff go?
No.
And you know, what else I was thinking is if one of us is talking and you feel like you need to add something, do we want to have like a little signal? Sorry, that was a thought. Like during our presentation, if one of us forgets something, because you know, like in a normal presentation, you can just kind of slide right in. But in this kind of presentation, do we want to have like a finger up, or I mean,
so we can add, like, just put your finger up and say like, and to add on to what Lily is saying, or to add on what you're saying. Yeah, so like put your finger, like the church finger.
And you know, I was gonna say what we could also do is once we're done talking about that slide, we could say team member input, and if somebody from the team has something to say, they could always just chime in.
okay.
But we can do either way. We could do both.
Okay, Karen, do you want to, what about, is loyalty and trust? Can I discuss that?
I don't know that loyalty, but trust, because I mean, who are you being loyal to? Well, I mean, I guess
He's loyal to the policy and procedure. I mean, but that's like fair.
I mean, I guess trust, I think I would use trust because I feel like the teacher trusts the administrator to go to him with the problem. I think they have a good well, I guess this go right here with relationship.
yeah.
Attention and support. See, the only thing that I think go in with care is this right here.
I can't see what you're looking at, but it's okay because I've seen the document before, but I can't see anything.
Lila, do you think with care the only one we need to discuss is relationship, collaboration, shared decision making, and connections?
Yeah, I don't think don't spend a ton of time. I mean, I think just pick a few and go with those. So I think that's more than. Are you asking me all of those or just?
I think we gotta. Don't I need to pick one out of each one of these categories? You think?
I would just pick one out of each category and just briefly talk about it, but there's no way in the world we can talk about all those because it's only supposed to be 10 minutes, and those lists were very long.
And all of them don't even go with the case study.
I agree.
Yeah, I trust you. Pick just a couple and go with it.
And then critique. I don't see anything to go with critique.
No.
Corrupt morals. That's a little.
I mean, if you want to talk about that, I feel like the superintendent's kind of corrupt.
And then I think profession, accountability for student success. Yeah, they're holding him accountable. So I'll just try to pick one out of each category.
Okay. And then, so do y'all want to try and meet, or should I just, will anybody talk to Shaka that can tell her what her piece is?
We can send her a message on the phone, that phone message.
Or how long would it take you to create this into a YouTube video?
Well,
like is there any kind of way she can just go back and listen to our meeting?
Yeah, I was going to do that anyway, so I'll just send it to everybody and we can tell her she's got to listen to it. Okay. And then I'll add the reference because I want to make sure, since we're getting stuff from here, that we reference this.
That's a good
I
idea.
think we need to really meet. I think the slides kind of give us our talking points, and then like Monique said, Monique, when you get finished talking, team members, do you have anything to add? Lindley, you present, team members, do you have anything to add? Instead of sitting, we can just say that.
Okay. Yep, I like it.
And then we do need to answer the question: will Bobby strike out? And we can end it by saying, yes, Bobby struck out.
And you know what? We can add that to Shaka's ending part. She can do that slide, and then she can talk about things to ponder for the next year, just as talking points of things that we thought were interesting or could be interesting topics.
I'm good with that.
Or we can put our team believes that Bobby struck out.
Okay.
Or we all agreed, or something like that.
Okay.
All right.
All right. I will download this to a YouTube so that everybody has it.
Your task 3 was awesome.
Whose?
Lindley's.
Oh, thank you.
And see, it's gonna take me a while with our task 3 because honestly and truly, we have to create a master schedule because we don't have one. And I think that's a disadvantage because I think a lot of people already is operating the correct way. So we got to try to create one, and we are so lost on how to create a master schedule. So it's probably going to take us a while. We are going to work together, though, and create one. So it'll probably be, I probably won't even get my task 3 until next week.
Who am I supposed? I haven't done my peer review. Who am I supposed?
I
Sinitra.
don't have mine either.
Mo. So I'm doing Mo. Shaka has Lindley. Mo has Shaka. And
Okay.
Lindley have mine.
Okay, so just let me know when you turn yours in, and I'll get it done.
All right.
I'm slack. I got to get my stuff together. I got a little over a week left of work, and then I'll get going.
Girl, everybody does. Everybody has so much still going on.
Well, we have this huge Camp Empower that I'm in charge of, and it's for the entire school district. And it is. I mean, we have over 2,700 teachers in our school district. Not that many show up, but we offer it. So I have to have sessions for. It's taken all of my extra time. So
With 2,700 teachers, possibly.
yeah,
Wow, that's huge.
yeah, it's crazy. But anywho, sorry, y'all don't need to worry about that. But all right, well, if y'all have any questions, let me know and I'll fix my slides. And
Yeah, I'll fix mine tonight.
okay,
I'll go back and
Right.
look at mine
Yeah, have a
too.
good night.
you too.
All right, you do too. Thank y'all.